Okay, so welcome to the third and final part of maintaining large GAFE email groups. And in the first part, we verified that students had valid email addresses in the student information system. Part two, we found students who were missing from the class email list and added them in large numbers. And in the third part, we're going to find kids who are on the email list who should not be, who've either dropped or switched schools or for whatever reason. And in this part, I'm going to use the same spreadsheet, and I'm going to use the same formula, the VLOOKUP formula, but now instead of checking for comparing the data in column B to the data in column A, I'm doing it in reverse. So I'm looking at each cell in column A and having the VLOOKUP search column B and tell me if it finds the data or not. And if it finds the data, it just copies it, and if it doesn't find it, it gives me an error message. And those error messages are what I'm looking for. So let's get started. What I want to do now is I want to go back to my spreadsheet here, and I want to find the kids who are in the email group who shouldn't be. Because if I go down to the bottom of my list here, so I've got 401 emails that I pulled out of, or 400 emails that I pulled out of Aries, but I've got 469 kids in the email group. So obviously I've got a lot of kids in the email group who need to be pulled out because they were either no-shows or they transferred to other schools or who knows what happened there. So I'm going to do the exact same formula, but what I want to do is look for this information in cell A2 in column B. So I want this same formula, this VLOOKUP, but I want it to say A2 and then BB here. Otherwise, it's going to be exactly the same. So what I'm going to do, and if you just pay attention to what's in the formula there, I'm going to use this little drag thing here, and I'm going to drag to the right. So it's going to fill the formula over to the right. And you'll see what it did was it changed the references automatically. So the B column is where I want to search. This said A before, but I'm okay with that. I want it to be in the B. All I have to do is change this one letter and tell it to search for the data in A2 by looking down the B column. And so then I hit enter, and if it finds this information, it prints it. So there's A Aponte, he is already in there, or she. And now I'm going to drag this down. I need to fill this to the bottom of column A. Okay, so now it's searching column B for the data in column A. And again, you see the NAs are all the kids who need to be pulled out of the list because they should not be receiving those messages. Okay, I'm going to highlight all four columns. I'm going to go to Data, Sort Range. I have a header row, and I want to get the deletes on the top. I want that in reverse alphabetical order. Now, to make this easier to find the kids in the Google Group control panel or control settings page, I want to add another sort column. So I want to sort them by their email address. That way they're going to be in the same order. You'll see in a minute what I mean. Okay, so here are all my NAs. So these are all the kids who were not found in the Aries list. They're on the email list, and there's 138 of them. So that's a lot of kids who, a lot of ninth graders who are getting emails from our freshman class who shouldn't be getting them. Okay, so I can't do this as easily as I did the ads, which is why I had to sort it. but I'm going to just take my tab here and I'm going to pull it out into another window. Another one of those cool little things that Google Chrome does. And so I've got this standalone list here. And if I go into my Google group and I go to all members, okay, now I can start searching down the list. So I'm looking for A. Barragan 501128. There it is right there. And I just put a check mark next to it. Now A. Bautista 501133, right there. A. Benoit 501138. And A. Cruz 501183. Right there. Now I've found on some of the other lists the display name did not match the email. And so you really should be looking over at the email as you do this, not the display name, because the display name could be different. Apparently this class was configured so that the display name is the email username, but in the other classes I saw that some of the display names were first names or first name and last name. So now I'm looking for A. Conrad 501565. Okay, looks like so these are not, okay, I guess I just skipped one. Okay, so once I've got some highlighted, I can go through and do all 138 at one time if I want, but I go to the actions and then I go to remove from group. And those kids will stop getting those emails. And if I'm going to be doing this piecemeal like this, what I want to do is go in and highlight the cells that I've done. I don't want to delete anything, so I'm going to give them a little nice rose color. So the rose ones are done. And if I'm going to be sharing this with my assistant, which I will be, because I don't want to sit and do 138 by myself. I'm going to go down and I am going to change those to a sickly yellow. Okay. Okay, so now I know which ones I need to take out. And again, the adding is much more urgent, and the removing not quite so. But at least I've got my list here, and as I delete them, I can just change the color in the cell, so I know that I've gotten them done. And I also made a key for myself, so I should add that key over here. So the rose ones have been removed. And the yellow ones need to be removed. And so that's just a little trick there to keep me on track so I don't forget, because if I walk away and come back tomorrow, I may not remember what I did and what I didn't do, especially when I'm dealing with 1,600 students. So I don't think I got the right rose color for that one, so let's do that. Okay, and so there you have it, an easy way to check your lists. And we found out that we found some errors in Aries that needed to be fixed, so that's a good thing. If you have any questions, you can contact me at tdoyle@muhsd.org. That's tdoyle@muhsd.org.